Hello, my name is Lacey, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about hosting an essential oils class, which you've agreed to do. And I would love to tell you a little bit about how to make the most of that opportunity in working with your doTERRA person and teaching and what you guys can do to partner together and make the most of it. So first of all, the class is going to be super fun and super enjoyable, loads of information for people, but also super accessible information that people will be able to leave and know exactly how to use oils, exactly how oils will benefit them, and really they'll just leave with a flicker of hope that they are going to be able to find a tool that will make their lives better or their loved ones' lives better. So first and foremost, that is our goal, is to just get the oils in everyone's hands and make sure that they have access to these tools that we love and have changed our lives so significantly. So having a class is a super important way to expand the base of people that know about the oils, and it's a key element for building doTERRA businesses. So thank you for joining us in that mission to spread the love of the oils. So first I wanted to talk to you about, put your mind at ease about what's required of you in terms of hosting. You really just need to have a space. So don't overdo it. You don't have to make millions and billions of delicious snacks or anything like that. You don't have to make sure your house is clean from top to bottom. Just do whatever makes you feel comfortable and get your people there. That's going to be the most important. And I'm going to share with you tips on how to do that. So if you want to have a simple snack like peppermint brownies, or maybe shortbread is always easy, or goat and honey, or goat wild orange and honey cheese to dip some chips in, or just salsa and chips is super easy. Those things are all super good. Everybody loves them. You don't have to overdo it or make a full meal for people. So keep that simple, and don't worry about cleanliness. You know, the oils will cover a myriad of different smells even, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But being open and getting people there is key. So let me talk to you about how to do that. And you have multiple options. Your first option is really to be sort of lackadaisical about it and just invite people as you feel comfortable doing it, and you can take it that way. And some people have a lot of success that way. What I found is a lot of people will get frustrated when they do it this way and no one shows up. So some of the keys that I want to share with you are how to make the most of inviting. And there's really, that's one option, but there are really two other viable options that will create a better outcome. So the first step is really to create an invitee name list. So you really want to start brainstorming who you could potentially invite. Now, you want to focus on 20 people. So make that list as long as you can, because everyone who has a body can use our oils. So you don't want to limit it. You don't want to think about people, just simply people who already would use natural products necessarily. You want to make a really long list. But once you have that long list of everyone who could potentially benefit from the oils, then you want to narrow down to the top 20 potential people that you would want to invite. Because in all honesty, we don't want to have 100 people at the class, right? We want to really keep it to under 10, ideally. So if you invite 20 people and 10 people show up, that's about average. And we can help you raise that average, actually, but focusing on 20 people is really smart. And with 20 people invited, you may want to think about having a second class, so that you can meet the needs of all of these people and keep the groups semi-small so that the needs of everyone can really be addressed. Okay, so some of the characteristics you might want to think about are mothers, obviously, are really great clients. They want to help their families be as healthy as they can. They are generally the healers in their home. Of course, fathers, don't leave them out, but mothers generally are the first people who are attracted to the oils. Other folks who might be interested in a natural business. You might think of some people who, they already are a stylist, work in a salon, or maybe a massage therapist, something like that. Chiropractors even. Anyone who you think might really be attracted to essential oils as a part of their business. Those would be people you would want to contact and put on the top of your 20 list. Anyone who's already using natural products is going to be a great option. But again, don't limit it to that. Some people are really just ready for natural products. People who have some ailments and are just ready to try something new. People who might know others who they could help with the oils. Those would be people you would also want to talk to first. Okay. So once you have narrowed it down to the 20 people that you're really going to focus on to invite, get their phone numbers on your list and have them really accessible, so that you can reach out to them. And just my next step is just to set aside 30 minutes in your calendar, in your schedule, and it could be maybe your lunch break, or maybe it's, after you lay the kids down at night, or maybe it's Sunday afternoon when you have nothing else to do, just 30 minutes. And you're going to take this time and you're going to contact all of these people individually. And a text, a personalized phone call, those are the best ways to reach out to people if you're not going to do it in person, because it really speaks to people when they can hear your voice and your enthusiasm. And emails so often get overlooked. Even Facebook Messenger, I found, often gets overlooked. So really touching base with these people and inviting them. So your first option, and I'm going to give you this script in writing, is to say to the person, hey, I'm super excited. My friend is super smart about essential oils and has offered to teach a class at my house, and I cannot wait to share this info with you. She knows a ton and makes it so fun and easy to understand. I really believe these oils could help you with, and then you insert whatever healthcare, with helping your kids calm down or focus in school, or with your mom's arthritis, or with your digestive issues, or with your husband's sleep issues. Would you be available to come? And if they say, I can't come, then you just simply say, I understand. Do you think you can find 30 minutes to meet with Lacey next week so she can help you out personally? And I'm Lacey, so I would be the one to help in this situation. If it was somebody else who was working with you to teach this class, then you would talk about that person. And this is a way that we can meet needs of individual people without them being able to come to an actual class specifically at a specific time. So that's option number one. We call that easy peasy inviting, right? It's easy to say that. Most people, if you're enthusiastic and excited to share the oils, then they will be excited to come. So the next option number two, is our sampler program. And when we use our sample program, it is the best way to invite people to classes. Now, the pros here are it leads to more attendance and orders. And it also means that we're going to give you samples. The teacher of your class is going to give you samples to give to your friends and to your family. So super nice, these free samples just to share. The cons are it does take more time, definitely takes some more time. But the outcome is, it takes your class attendance from an average of 30% to an average of 80%. And most of the time those people order. So here's an example of what you would say to somebody the first time that you call them if you're going to choose to do option two, our sampler program. Hey, Janelle, if that's her name, I'm super excited to chat with you. You know how I've been using essential oils for everything? Well, my partner in doTERRA has given me an opportunity to share 20 free samples this week. I thought of you first because I know you've been struggling with sleep issues with the baby, or your milk supply, or something more generic like hives or allergies. And I know we can find an oil to help you with that. Would you like to take one of these freebies? Hopefully they say yes, and they should. I mean, with your enthusiasm, they're going to be thrilled. Great, I'll bring it by today or tomorrow. Okay, so then you want to get the sample to them as quickly as possible. The samples that we offer come in 2-box sets, and what we actually say, they come in a triple. So we have a Melaleuca, lavender, and peppermint come together. We cut those up and we give them one of those. And when we give them, and the other 3 options are Breathe for respiratory needs, On Guard for immune support, and Digescend for digestive issues. And then we also offer the Deep Blue Rub as a sample. So those would be the 7 samples that you have to offer people to start with. And your teacher, your educator will help you decide which will be the best option. We'll also give you a printout that you can print out and give to people along with those samples, or provide you the printouts to give with your 20 samples, okay? And that will give them a little bit more information. But when you talk to them, you're gonna wanna give them the sample and help them understand how to use it specifically. Okay, so when you're dropping it off, we also have a script for that to keep this super simple. So I'm excited for you to try this, and here's how. Give directions on how. Remember, like medicine, certain oils can work better for some people than for others. So try this, and if you don't see any results, we can try something else. But I'm certain there will be one that you like. Okay, so this helps them understand the scope of essential oils because it's huge. One oil can help with so many different things, and so many people love, vetiver over cedarwood, or peppermint over Breathe for respiratory needs. It just depends on the person, and we are all different, so we have to try multiple things. The nice thing is there's no risk to trying, right? Certainly not if they're getting a free sample, but there's no risk physically either. So it's a very exciting opportunity to share them with them this way. But we want to open their minds to the idea that oils really can work as an alternative to medicine. Okay, so the end of that sentence will really be, but I'll give you a call in a couple of days to see how it works for you. Okay? All right, so it's that simple. You've given them the sample, they know how to use it, they're gonna try it, you're gonna call them back in 2 days. So in 2 days, and they're gonna be waiting for your call, so you don't wanna put this off, you call back and you say, hey, and you may wanna schedule this time out before you even give the samples out, and just say, okay, I'm giving this sample out, that means on Thursday, I'm gonna set aside 30 minutes at lunchtime to call people back, okay? So then you call back in 2 days and you say, hey, so have you had an opportunity to use your sample? This gives them a chance to say, I haven't had a chance yet, I'm so sorry. But if they have, then you can move on and say, well, what did you think? If they say, I loved it, you can say, awesome, well, I'm so glad, and I have great news. I have a class with my partner scheduled where you can come and learn so much more about how that oil and others can help you. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and there are many, many more ways that the oils can work. Can you come? And tell them the time. So we're going to play Choose Your Own Adventure here. And it's fun because you have a solution for every single answer or response that they could potentially give you. So if they say, I can't make that, then you can say, okay, I have this other date scheduled. Does that work better for you? And then, this is where having 2 classes scheduled at a time is really awesome. Meets lots more needs because everyone has different things. Thursday night is ballet and Tuesday night is soccer and Wednesday they have church or whatever, and everyone is different. So having a couple of options is great. If they say, let's see, or you could say, I understand, would you be able to sit down with me one-on-one next week for about 30 minutes? That way I can help you personally. And if you didn't want to do this personally, you could offer to schedule a time with your upline to do this with them, okay? Or with the person who's educating for your class. Okay, and so that's one option or one way that the conversation could go. A second way is they tried the oil, right? But they didn't love it, right? They didn't have a response or an experience like they really noticed or enjoyed. You say, oh, I'm hearing you didn't have a great experience, but that's not a problem. Remember, I told you that the oils could work differently for you, and so we can try something else. So I think this other oil might be better for you. I'm going to bring it by tomorrow. Okay? Super easy. Straightforward, and they are already prepared to have to try something else, to get to try something else, really. Okay? So that's great, and you just start the process over again. Give them a different sample, and again, your educator will help you decide what oils to give to them. Okay, so if they say, I didn't try it yet, your answer is simply, no problem, I'll call you back tomorrow, right? And then then you take it back to the response where they either had a great experience or they didn't have a great experience, and you go move forward. Now, if they say, I didn't try it after the day that you call them back, they say, I still didn't try it, then you just say, no problem, go get it, and let's just use it right now. We've all been there before. We've all just let things fall through the cracks. So this is your job, though, and you've given them this free sample. So this isn't pestering them at all. This is making sure that they're taking advantage of what they asked you for in the first place, what they decided to take advantage of. Okay, so that is option 2. That's the R sample program. That's the way that if you do this and the people have an experience with the oil and then come to the class, they come, they're excited, they share their testimony at the class, which is super powerful, and they also will be ready to purchase more. They want to try more by the time they get to this class, okay? So that is the perfect way to invite people, and I really highly suggest that you take advantage of that whole system and make the most out of your opportunity to earn free products and potentially cash and maybe even launch your own doTERRA business. Okay, so step number 3, reminder 2 days ahead of time. So this is a little bit of a code, a secret code that we've found that cracks the getting people to classes. We don't want them to forget. People have a lot going on, and this is your priority, but it might not be theirs. So we really just want to take advantage of getting people there and helping them to remember, right? So 2 days before your class time, you're going to call them or text them. Texting is a really great option, and say, hey, just wanted to make sure you still have this time saved for the class, and see if you saw the Facebook invite with my address and everything. You're welcome to bring a guest. Lacey, or your educator, will have a special gift for anyone who brings someone. Just let me know ahead so I know how many people to expect, okay? That's a simple reminder, and plus it's giving them information, so it's not just, hey, I wanted to remind you about Tuesday, which is a little blah, right? Not very exciting. Okay, so then step 4 is surprise text the day of the class, 2 hours ahead of time. And again, I'm going to make sure you have this all written down, so you're not, you don't have to take super good notes or anything. Okay. So the surprise text the day of your class. This is 2 hours about before your class starts. Hey, so excited about our class tonight. I have a special treat for everyone that I can't wait to share. And your special treat doesn't have to be major, okay? Your special treat can be super simple. It can be that snack that you decided to make, the peppermint brownies. It could be sparkling water to use with citrus oils. It can be showing them how to put a drop of lime into salsa to make a super fun treat. So you really have multiple options here. It doesn't have to be extravagant, okay? Keep it simple. But really the key is just to keep them on board. You know, a lot of it, I think it was something like 85% of people decide if they're doing something the day of the event. So you think they've already committed, but that day, you know, maybe they didn't woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Maybe they have a little bit of a headache, whatever. And they might tell you that and you say, or they have a cold, you know, and I've gotten that text, I'm not really feeling good. And I say, you know what, come anyways. I want to put oils on you if you're okay with that. And hopefully you'll feel better before you leave. So I just want to make sure that they know that I want them to come as they are. And you know what, honestly, if they're sneezing everywhere, I'm not that worried about it because on guard, right? Okay. All right. So step number 5, introduce me at the class or your educator at the class and say a few words about how great they are. This really helps a ton in making folks trust their educator because they see that you do, okay? So that's a really important step. And then step number 6 is enjoy the class and helping other people find real solutions for their healthcare needs. That's it. So it's super simple, and I thought outlining these steps in a video format would make it easy for you to recognize why they're important and also how simple it is, and make the most of your time. We don't want you to waste time. We want you to maximize the benefits and also help as many people as we possibly can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and got something from it, and we'll share it and have a great class.